July 7th through September 2nd, Rosebud Theatre presents a new production of South African American playwright Pamela Guillen's award-winning play, The Syringa Tree. This defiantly hopeful story follows four generations of an interracial family from 1960s apartheid-era South Africa all the way up through to the 21st century. The one remarkable actor who brings this whole vibrant, sprawling tale to life is Katharine Venour. She's been a force on the Vancouver theatre scene, among other places, for many years, but hails originally, fun fact, from Pritis, Alberta. So this extremely ambitious new Rosebud Theatre production is also a kind of Albertan homecoming for Katharine. And certainly, she's making the fullest possible use of her time back in the province, taking on all 22 characters in this inspiring multi-generational saga. And I'm thrilled to say that Katharine Venour joins us right now to tell us a little bit about this new production of The Syringa Tree. Katharine, good morning, and thank you so much for making some time to join us.
Yeah, hi, Grant. It's great to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Well, what an amazing thing this is going to be. And I have to ask you right off the top, so many astonishing array of characters are going to be portrayed by you in the Syringa Tree. Who are some of these people that we meet in this play?
Okay, yeah, good question. 22 characters. The main character really is Elizabeth, Lizzie, in the Syringa Tree. I play her. She's a young white girl growing up in South Africa during apartheid. And our production begins with Lizzie as a middle-aged woman, and then we see her transform into her childhood self. So it's really through her eyes, through Lizzie's eyes of this child, that we hear and see the story of her life. And the story depicts the different people in Lizzie's life growing up in South Africa at that time who had a big impact on her, either positive or negative. But the main relationship of the story, really, the heart of the narrative, is Lizzie's relationship with her Black nanny, Salamina, and Salamina's daughter, Molly Sang. And so the story, it focuses on the bond between these two families, one Black, one white, and the struggles that they face and the tremendous obstacles, the trials and the joys in their life. It's a tremendous opportunity for an actor to have the opportunity to play 22 different people, and I'm just very grateful to be here. It's a very life-affirming story, defiantly hopeful, I call it. Yeah.
So what is it like to prepare? I mean, you're feverishly preparing for the production along with the creative team. What is it like to prepare to play 22 characters? That's quite a workload that you've set for yourself there.
Yeah. Well, it takes time, right? So as soon as I was notified that I was offered the role, I began working on it. So I always start with text, of course. There are different accents in the play, so my work began there with the accents and learning the text before I arrive to rehearsals, so I can get it up on its feet as soon as possible. So yeah, text work, accent work, also because it's a fictional story, but it is shaped by the real life experience of the playwright Pamela Guillen, as she herself grew up in South Africa as a child during that era. So it's a real historical moment in history, apartheid in South Africa. So I felt like I needed to do some research around that time period and just know the history more deeply, and to absorb that more, the people involved in fighting for equality for Black Africans, and just to get the sense and feel of the country and at that time. And then, of course, I come to rehearsals, and then rehearsals are 8-hour long days of intense work. And my director's Morris Ertman. He's a brilliant director and just has such a gift for shaping the story, the lights and the sound. He understands actors. He understands me as an actor because we've worked quite a bit together in Vancouver. And this is my first time working at Rosebud, so it's wonderful to be here.
And what an amazing community they have built at Rosebud Theatre. And I must say, I know that one of the major themes in this work is home and family. You are back home in southern Alberta. How does it feel to be back in the province where you grew up for this run and this production?
Yeah, it's great, Grant. I love Alberta. It's great to be on stage at Rosebud, to be here as an actor. Of course, I grew up in Calgary, and then later my mom and dad bought a place in Pritis, and that's a family home now for my family of origin. Of course, I trained as an actor at the University of Calgary. I received my acting degree there through the theater department. One of my acting mentors was Grant Reddick. He's now retired, but he's well known to Calgary audiences as he's a marvelous actor himself, an exceptional acting teacher and coach. So I have deep roots here, both as in my personal life and my professional life. And I just love the landscape here too. I love the prairies. I have a real heart connection to the land here. The mountains, the foothills, the quality of light. It's just really wonderful to be back on stage as an actor here in Alberta, where I began as an actor.
Amazing stuff, an amazing full circle moment. And I've got a zillion questions, including how do you keep up a 2-hour performance when you play all 22 roles in one play? But I know that you have a big day of work ahead of you yet. So maybe I'll just say thank you for being here and joining us for this wonderful conversation. And just before we say so long, I mean, the Syringa Tree deals with some pretty huge themes and issues. I wonder, when you get to the end of this marathon performance, how are you expecting to feel? And what kind of response are you hoping that you will be eliciting from the audiences who come out to see it at Rosebud Theatre?
Well, as I said earlier, I really believe that I feel that this play is really a life-affirming play. And you see these characters facing what are seemingly impossible obstacles, and they find a way through. They find a way through towards hope and towards one another. And I think we can all relate to that, that sometimes in life we are faced with obstacles that seem impossible to overcome, but there's always a way through to hope and community. And if there's one place that understands community, it's Rosebud, it's Calgary, it's the people of Alberta.
I am so thrilled to have had an opportunity to catch up with you and to talk about this. And Katharine, I'm so excited for this run and to see this production and your performance in the Syringa Tree. Thank you for taking some time to share with us. And I guess, do we say break a leg? Do we still say that?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Break a leg.
Break 22 of them, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful.
Thanks very much.
Well,
Okay.
Katharine Venour, thank you so much for this, and have a stellar time on stage at Rosebud.
Thanks a lot, Grant.
That is Katharine Venour. She is performing in the Syringa Tree, which premieres on the 7th of July, tomorrow, and it runs all the way through until September 2nd. Details and tickets can be found at rosebudtheatre.com.